This week we are here with Lisa Lalick, who I have known for actually quite a few years.
Yeah.
She's a she's a genetic rock star, so we are chatting back and forth all the time. But I really, I am so pleased that you're here to share your story, Lisa, because you have such a rich and dynamic history, and so much of your health journey has been really, well, like all of us, I suppose, but I mean, you've really taken it on your shoulders and moved forward in such a strong way. So I want people to learn from you. So why don't we start with a little bit about your health journey and kind of what's been important to you on this journey?
Okay. I'm really hoping it's going to be helpful for others because it's been a long journey. About 20 years ago, my aunt had some testing done because they couldn't figure out what was going on with her. And they identified that she had an MTHFR gene SNP. But at the time, all they told her was it just meant that she had a folic acid imbalance, and they had her take synthetic folic acid. And being my aunt, she let all of us know, oh, we all as a family, this is what we need to do. And it wasn't helping me. My brother and I talked about it quite a bit. And so I have to find out answers for everything. It's just who I am. So I started doing my own searching and doing webinars and everything I could. Got the Ben Lynch. I heard him on a webinar, got
Mhm.
his book, and I'm like, finally, there's somebody with some answers here. He
Exactly.
he said words that caught my attention, and so I started going through his book. I had my eyes crossed. I think I passed out 20 times. Not not seriously, but I felt that way. It's like, oh my gosh, this is so much.
Yeah.
So along the way, with different interviews he did and links, I got connected with you. And with the genetic rock stars, I'm like, okay, I'm not alone on this journey. And this took several years to get to the point where I was starting to get some answers. I had been doing ancestry, uh, working on my family history. I had no luck trying to download that file from my testing with them. So this year I had a full panel, um, had a doctor that talked to me. He's actually researching MTHFR and PTSD, different things. So he was very interested to help me get the blood test I needed. He's an MD, but he's also studying to be a naturopath.
Oh, that's great.
So he worked with me, I worked with you, and I got that testing done, which gave me some answers on the medical side as well as trying to figure out where I needed to go. Because with your help, I knew what to look for. And I knew that I needed to start taking a different type approach. I'm
Yeah.
kind of a bulldog. When I start digging into things, I want
Go MTHFR, folks.
I,
Yeah.
by God, I want answers. And but that's what really helped with being on Mighty, because it kept reminding me that it wasn't just me, that it's not easy. There's so many variables and so many things going on. And I have allergy problems. My mom was born in 1919 during the 1918 pandemic, and she was born prematurely. Miracle she made it. She was under 6 pounds in 1919 and spent the first 6 months of her life in her mother's dresser drawer as a bed because she was too small for the bassinet.
Yeah.
And uh, because she had five older brothers and a sister and aunts helping, she survived. But she passed down allergies and things. And I've learned that, okay, it's not just dad's family and his sister, there are things on my mother's side. And so it becomes this big thing that started to overwhelm me.
Yeah.
And with your help, with the other doctor, with studying, I finally had to get to the point that I knew I had to not just have answers, but I had to have patience. I had to let myself relax and go on this journey, not try to control it. Um,
Yes.
I was driving myself crazy and going nowhere quickly. So I turned 69 in June, and I have taken my time to finally slow down, exercise, but listen to my body, not
Yes.
overdo things. Days that I'm tired, I let myself be tired instead of being mad that I'm tired.
Yes.
And I'm just trying to embrace it all and take it a step at a time. I've got 16 grandkids, 9 great grandkids. And through all of them, there's a lot of us that are affected by some of this. I have grandkids that are on the autistic spectrum, but
Yep.
very productive. But they've struggled with, why am I like I am? Who am I? What is this? Um, to the point where I've started a book, um, The Why of Me. And I'm writing this journey about who I am. And because of things they've told me and we've talked about, I've looked back over my life where I can see some of these different things that have been happening. And the fact that I had a lip tie, I didn't know what it was my whole life. I just knew when I smiled, it was different. And I would ask my friends, "Do you have this piece of skin under your lip?" And so, well, then my daughter-in-law became a midwife and has been studying. So she and I talk about this. Several of her children had lip ties. She's got a couple perfectionists, just like their grandmother.
Mhm.
And we started putting pieces together. And so it's been a family journey, and it's continues to be. We're still looking for answers, but as I've gone through things, and especially because of the different topics that you talk about on Mighty, it's helped me to realize that there's a lot to it. I'm not just a perfectionist, I'm a hypersensitive person.
Yes.
Learning about HSP has helped me put pieces together, not just for me, but for my grandkids.
Mhm.
One of my grandsons, very productive person, but tendencies toward depression. And
Mhm.
he and I talked about it. I asked him some of the questions from your HSP study.
Yeah.
He looked at me like, "This is who I am." And I'm like, "That's your answer right there. Embrace who you are. You're supposed to be that way, and it's okay."
Yes.
Because I told him, I said, "I've just learned about this a few months ago." And it was like, "Oh, duh, this is who I am. I'm
Yes.
not just, I'm not just too sensitive or to this or to that. This is just who I am. I'm made this way." And
Exactly.
and so I let it be my superpower.
Yes. Yes.
And it makes so much difference. And I've worked with the disabled. I taught therapeutic horseback riding for 6 years, and there's so many answers as I've reviewed those years of my life. I've had so many aha moments, not just about me, but some of the kids I worked with. And I worked with autistic adults and children. And of course, the differences are profound, but I could see so many things. And it really is such a big puzzle. And there's so many pieces, but they're
Exactly.
going together.
Well, and Lisa, I love this because, you're using so many words that are familiar to MTHFR folks, right? High sensitivity, allergies, perfectionism, that bulldog, like, I'm gonna push through warrior mentality.
Yeah,
Like all of these things are problems that are so common in our community that so
definitely.
many of us are facing. And it really just helps so much to know that there's other people out there,
Oh,
right?
it truly does. It changed my life to realize that it's not just me, that I'm not weird,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
I'm actually part of a large community, much larger than I ever thought.
Exactly.
And it makes you start feeling so much more normal
Yeah. Yeah.
and so much more ready to face things.
Exactly. Exactly. And also knowing that other people struggle with that, like, okay, this is too big. I can't do it all at once. I have to take it step by step by step, but it's okay because there's other people walking these same steps, right? Like,
Oh, and that's huge.
yeah.
Finally letting myself have permission to have time to take this journey, that I did not have to jump off the cliff to make it happen. I could actually take it a step at a time.
Oh, I
That
love
is
that.
huge.
I
And
love that.
as you're taking steps, sometimes something hits you from the side and you're like, wait a minute, what's that? But
Yeah.
there's answers now. And if you take your time, you can find them and embrace them. When you're tired, it's like, okay, I'm tired today. I'm not going to weed the entire front yard. I think I'll change my plan. And that's okay. Giving yourself permission to just be you.
Yeah.
And I used to dread going out to eat with people. A
Mhm.
friend would invite me out, and I'm like, oh, God, I don't want to do this, because you have to peruse the menu, you have to check things. And 10 years ago, it was horrible because
Yeah.
people would look at you like, are you just a picky eater? And I'm like, well, actually, no. I love to cook. I like to explore every nationality there is. But there are things I can't have. And now when you talk to people, they're more educated on it.
Yeah.
And I can say, I have a severe soy allergy. I can't have it. And the chef will already have a menu of things I can and can't have, or they'll come out and ask me. That's so nice,
It
because I
is.
don't feel like I'm heading into war just to go out to lunch with someone.
Exactly.
I mean, it's
100% with you.
yeah, it's so freeing. And I can say, I'm not the only person in the world like this. This is real.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I've even had moments where a waiter or waitress has asked me some questions and I've been able to answer them. And they're like, I got to talk to my mom about this. This answers so many questions for me. And so I would write down different things for them to look up, like your website and Dr. Lynch's book. And
Mm.
because you see that light in their eyes of hope,
Yes. Yes. Yeah,
because
it's
all
huge.
we want is some answers and some hope.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, Lisa, you said it. So, what has been like on this whole health journey? What do you think has been the thing that's been like the thing that you've done for your health that's been the most helpful or impactful in your life?
Boy, that's a big
I
question.
know. I know.
That's a big question. The first thing was just recognizing I wasn't alone, for sure. The second thing was figuring out I didn't have to try to take every supplement in the world. I
Yeah.
didn't have to do everything on my own. So learning to take things a step at a time. And when you try something, to see if it works for you, because there's different folic acids, there's different um, magnesiums and just everything. And the first thing you have to do is figure out what's most important. Take the time to let that happen and work. Don't do a bunch of things at once. Don't try to fit all the answers at one time.
Mhm.
The biggest thing for me is taking my time, one thing at a time, to figure out, okay, what is the most important for my health to make me feel better on a more consistent pattern. And then if I feel there's another problem, do a little more research into it and try one thing and do it for a couple weeks, and then let myself just relax into that, so I know I'm listening to my body. That's
Incredible.
just vital. That's
Yeah.
probably been the biggest thing, to let myself be happy to take my time and really listen to my body.
Yes, and it's so hard, right? I mean, the modern world, I feel like we're so cut off from our actual physical needs. Like we don't listen because we're trained not to, right? Like napping is not okay. You can't take breaks. Everybody's supposed to exercise hard, right? And like everybody's supposed to do the same things. What if your body doesn't like it? I know you've had a recent like giant weight loss and also that you're stabilizing blood sugars now. Can you tell me a little
Yes.
bit about that part of your journey?
Yeah, that has been the other big thing. I have been steadily losing weight a little at a time. I was almost 100 pounds overweight. I
Mm,
had had some severe trauma and accidents that took me from riding my bike 30 miles, at least 12 miles every day, and
mm,
30-mile trips and things that I did for charity, to just hardly being able to do anything. Gained a lot of weight. My I was a mess.
mhm.
Um, I've slowly been losing. I don't believe in it being fast. It's a little at a
Yeah.
time every year. Don't damage your heart. Don't damage your body. Let your body heal as you go. Well, this year I reached a point where I had to do something to get everything functioning better. So, what I've done, I did a complete blood panel workup. You looked at that, another doctor looked at that, and I still had some blood sugar issues, a couple other things. So I made up my mind that through exercise, meditation, prayer, that I was going to start working on these things. Taking the whole concept of giving myself permission to not being a workout junkie anymore because it doesn't work. To not believe any trends, no diets, no social media garbage, but let myself embrace real food and eat in a normal, healthy way, not any fads included. And then I started using my little QB as if it was a real bike. I do some dance workouts, I modify everything. And I quit pushing myself to the point I was hurting myself. And the weight just started to fall off because I was relaxed. I don't overdo. I I only put 10 minutes to a half an hour 3 or 4 days a week, and I just let myself rest if I'm tired. I don't over push anything, and 40 pounds just dropped off. I have better function. My legs are working. I can go up and down steps easier now. I can actually go shopping with my daughter without being exhausted every 5 minutes. Um, I'm feeling more normal, and I still have a journey to go, but I'm making progress, and I'm happier because I'm sleeping good. I'm not beating myself up anymore, and I'm just rolling with my life the way it is, with who I am.
I love that, Lisa. That's so good. That's
It,
so good.
it feels good. It feels good to just like myself again.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
huge.
For me, that's been a huge part of this journey as well because I always judged myself. I'm also a highly sensitive person and I always judged myself, harshly, right? Like you should be able to work in a chaotic environment. You should be able to focus when there's 8 million things happening around you. Why can't you, right? Normal people can. This is something people do. Like all of the things, right? Like it shouldn't bother you when there's somebody rock drilling outside the window, but it does. That's
Yeah.
the thing, right?
And that's just it. It does. And for years, I trained horses and taught riding lessons and things. And so I kind of controlled my environment as much as you can around kids and large animals. But that was a world I was comfortable with. But you can't do that your whole life. There came a time I had to go back to school and I became a civil engineering drafter. Well,
Mhm.
that's in a room full of people and perfectionists, all perfectionists. And I had to learn. Thank goodness, I had a really good mentor, a brilliant man that was from West Point and MIT.
No.
Brilliant. And then I had another boss that had worked for the CIA for a while, and he just looked at me and said, "Oh, you need to settle down." And they'd let me go to a corner. They'd let me have my space and work my way, and I did really well. But that was such a journey. I think it helped prepare me for this time in my life where I'm semi-retired, supposed to be retired, but I'll never be. But I've learned to embrace that as well. It's Retirement's what you do with it. It just means you're changing things
Yeah.
you do. I'm actually taking time for myself,
Yes.
which has been another big way of losing the weight and getting healthier. I I don't feel guilty about taking an hour or two of prep to get fruit, vegetables, meats, whatever I'm going to have ready and make a nice meal. But I don't have to do it every day. I can I can cook for a couple days and make some things that last. I can bake a whole piece of fish and then have some on a salad the next day and still be getting what I need.
Yes, I'm all about the batch cooking because, oh my God, cooking every day is a
It's
lot.
a lot of work, and like I've got 5 books in the work. I've got I'm moving. I'm redefining my entire life.
Yes.
Uh, Moving off 150 acres, and I'm downsizing to hopefully under 1,000 square foot house in a very small, quiet area.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
totally reworking everything, and it's a big adjustment,
Yeah.
but it's a restful, exciting one now
Mhm.
because there are no rules for it. I'm taking it as it comes, and I'm happy with that. I have peace with it. I finally feel like I can do this, which is a
Um,
wonderful, wonderful feeling.
Amazing. That is so incredible. Lisa, if you had one thing, just one thing to share with people who just found out they have MTHFR or just began to suspect, right? They're just starting this journey. What do you think you'd say to them?
Hmm. Like yourself. Be willing to just accept it and like yourself. And it's okay. You're going to be okay.
Oh, God.
HSP, sorry.
It's so true though, right? Like it is
It
gonna
is.
be okay.
Yeah.
Even if everybody says like it doesn't matter, it's not a thing, that's not real, it doesn't affect you, it's not it yes, you're gonna get through this. It's gonna
It
be okay.
doesn't matter what any doctor tells you, it doesn't matter what any friend or family member tells you. Trust yourself. Trust yourself that you can do this and that there's truth there. Your life is true. What you feel is real. You're not imagining it. And
Yes.
there's answers out there. And there's people that know how you feel. Embrace them. If no one else supports you, find a group like Mighty and they will support you.
Oh, yes. Oh my gosh. Okay, that did make me cry.
We always do this. But I mean, that's really the heart of it. Start by liking yourself and believing yourself. Your body's not lying to you. And there are doctors will never embrace it because they don't understand it and they're
Sure.
scared.
Sure.
But trust yourself. You need to trust yourself and just do it. Just do the journey and you'll be glad you did.
Amazing. Lisa, thank you so much for taking the time today and for being brave enough to share your story and for helping people because this is going to help people.
I hope so. That's the whole point. That's what we're trying to do.
Yeah,
Help ourselves and help others. That's what's important. Thank you.
exactly.
Thank
Oh,
you for having me.
it's such a pleasure. And please, please keep me posted because when that book is available, I think it will help so many people, right? Like people need to hear that. They need to know that it's okay to be themselves, right? And that they
Yes.
are the way they are because they are. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. And it's okay.
perfect.
It's okay to love yourself. It's okay to take care of yourself. And it's
Yes.
okay to not be understood. It's okay.
Yes. Yes. Okay. So keep me posted because when that's available, we definitely need to post that everywhere.
Okay. I will. And I'm gonna finish it. I'm
Yes.
not gonna perfectionist myself right out.
I am guilty of that. Yes. MTHFR trait, perfectionism.
There we
Yes.
go.
There we go. All right, my dear. Well, thank you so much. It has been a pleasure, and I will see you soon.
Okay. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.